What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jorvik and welcome back to Cade City. So there are two main goals for this episode. The first one being is to recap everything that I have done off camera. And then the second thing would be to just work on the media tower. I will be covering some of the changes that we're going to be doing, but I just want to make this building a lot more functionable. The big first thing you can see is that I have this map here. So this is like a bunch of little maps. I decided to keep them all small to make like this big mosaic here as we start filling out this way as well. But this is like the main core of the city anyway, so this is what we're going to be focusing on. It's nice to kind of get a really big overlook of the area without having to fly around, and you can see where we are going to be filling in a lot of different spots. Actually, this map is outdated already. I'm going to have to change it, but you can see that there is a lot of areas that we are going to be working on. And for the most part, we're primarily going to be working on this block right here. This is the media tower, and then this would be the kind of shield headquarters, whatever. And then we have these three buildings here. And two of them are going to serve as an extension, but we'll cover that in a minute. So let's quickly recap everything that I've done. So the first thing I did was continue work on this building. I did find the height that I was comfortable with the secondary building that's going to be on this block, but I did extend the bank building all the way around. As you can see, everything's not finished. It's all pretty much outlined right now. I mean, I added an extension over here, and of course a lot of this has changed as well. I extended the road all the way down here to this parking lot, rid of the office building that was here, and then I extended this road all the way down there to kind of fill out this whole block here. That way it was fully symmetrical. And then as you can see here, we have the little courtyard area, and all I need to do here is finish putting in the windows and filling out this building. But you can see this is pretty much what I envisioned, so it's kind of cool to see it realized. Now over here, I spent so long working on this area. This area did come out a lot farther, and there was more hills here that I eventually had to kind of, cut down, use the fill tool, cut down, get rid of. But pretty much everything that you see like right here along this edge, most of this right here, and like most of this hill is all artificial, because you can see where the line was, like right there. But if you come down here and actually get under here, you can see that it is all fake, all artificial land here. So it did spend a lot of time terraforming to make sure that it looked pretty natural, and I think it does. And obviously I planted a lot of trees here just to kind of hide that, but obviously like right here it's still it looks pretty fake, but other than that, looks pretty natural, and I'm happy with it. I wanted to extend this greenery around here just to kind of add more of a natural border on this side, and then I continued this pathway here, and it goes all the way down over there, so there's just a nice like walking trail, and this leads into the boardwalk over there. So yeah, that's pretty much what I spent a lot of time on. As you can see here, I have framing of two buildings. These are going to be basically companion pieces to this building, so they're going to be built out of the brick and cyan glass, but we'll figure out a name for it to make it some sort of like district center. Over here, I started playing with the idea of figuring out what I wanted to put on this strip of kind of block right here, and I built one of these sort of like row apartment kind of, mid-century city towers here, and I don't know if I want it here. I think it feels out of place. Like it would go with this building and I guess that building, but these buildings are like too new, so we might figure out something else to put here. However, I think these would go good by the old downtown area. You can see I started, so 3 of them just will happen to fit perfectly here. They probably won't be that high. That's just what I was testing height limits here, so they only might be like maybe 3 or 4 floors, but I think that'll be a good spot there, and it'll help fill out that block as well. And then the last, before we get to all of this, because there's a lot going on here, let's talk about the last thing that I did. I basically cut back this entire area. So like right about here, there was a tunnel that went underneath, and it was a decommissioned tunnel because I fixed the road down there. You can see here, that was the original land, and this wall extended pretty much about right there and then went down, and I cut it back. I got rid of this neighborhood that was right here, and I got rid, there was like a parking lot right here for these apartments, but I'm going to keep these apartments there because they're a good buffer from the edge of the city to what's going to be over there. So obviously there is a lot to clean up here, but just for now. And then I flattened out this area and then created some slabs for it. There was like an Apple store here. I have a Microsoft store over there, so I might move the Apple store over here. There's gonna be more of like a shopping center area out that way, and this just gives us more room here to build some more buildings just to kind of fill out this area. I do like the height of these buildings. I think I want to have something that's maybe a little bit smaller or around the same height, and then like the same thing right here, I want to put a few more buildings here that are probably more medium size like that, but that's a good area right there. Now ideally, if this building wasn't here, we could continue this road all the way down to have like 2 avenues that you would normally see in like a city, kind of like over there, but I like this building a lot and I don't want to get rid of it, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But it was easy for me to kind of work with this and just integrate this road network that I had over here that was kind of separate and fully connect it with this road network, so now there's pretty much no interruption. All right, I know that was a lot, but I do, you know, spend a lot of free time on here just kind of figuring out where I wanted to put stuff. But let's talk about the project behind me, since that's what mostly we're going to be focusing on today. So in the last episode, we started plotting these buildings here to fill out this block. And in the time, I was thinking exactly how I wanted these to look. And just for right now, these are placeholder frames. These aren't like the final like material of this building. But you can see that these all pretty much fit nicely. There's room for like alleyways, you know, and down there. And I think these buildings are going to be a good height. Now for this tower, I do like this building. I might update it and change some of the material, and I think this would be a good kind of excuse for that. So I was trying to figure out how I wanted to utilize this space, because it is like and I thought that just like how I decided for this to be an extension of that building, this area can be used as an extension for this. So I got rid of the roof there and I extended it out to fill a lot of the space up here, and I think this would work. I'm still gonna have to play with the design. We're not gonna really be focusing on this building in this episode. I'll probably handle this off camera. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna use this space for, is to fill out this building, and then we will work on those buildings. For the sake of this, I wanted to add this extension as like, you know, more offices, whatever, to this is a big building that's already an office building. But the main thing I wanted to focus on was actually furnishing this lobby and coming all the way up here to where I actually installed some elevators that takes you all the way up to the top. The only problem is that you can't get to them without breaking blocks. You can come through here and right through the ceiling here. This is where they are. So I'm thinking that we can break these down, continue them down. Well, and they are functional. I use the soul sand trick here that goes up, and over here I use the magma block. So yeah, so we can use this to actually go up. It's not very fast, but actually I think it's faster going up than it is going down. And then here is my office, and then if we wanted to go down, we can go down here. It is really dark in here, so actually I might want to leave some of this glowstone. Do I have some on me? I do. Let me clear my inventory here. We're gonna go ahead and light this area up. So I always like to start in the corners, and I think having these on all of these pillars. So I am thinking stairs to get up here. So I have a few blocks that I want to give a try. I have dark oakwood stairs, planks, fences, and actually light gray wool, which is just a different contrast from the concrete, and I like the way it looks. So we're just gonna let's figure this out here. So we'll make this 3. All right, and there we go. I think that looks pretty good. I think that's not too steep, and we do have a lot of room we can work with. So we can put like maybe pane glass around this to give it that modern look. As you can see, I put the glowstone up here as well, just to kind of help fill out this area. But I think that'll look good. So let's come back down here and clean up this area. This is why I wanted the light gray wool. I think it'll look really nice with this. Okay, so that is that staircase finish. I think that looks pretty good. I'm actually going to add another block right there and just basically like redo that. Yeah, that looks good. Looks a lot better at least, because I think it, yeah, okay, cool. So what we can do, actually what I'm thinking is, because we're gonna build another one over here, so there'll be 2 staircases up, and then I might get rid of this door because it'll just be in the way, so we'll only have maybe a door on 3 sides, which is fine. So let's see here. I'm thinking we open up this roof here, but let me put in the second staircase and kind of see what it looks like up top, and we can go from there. Okay, so the second staircase is in, and I think it really does help pull the room together. So let's go back upstairs because I still want to kind of open this up a little bit. We want to leave some walkway here because this will be the first main entrance. I want to leave a walkway. There will be glass here, so you'll come this way, and then you can kind of walk around this way to go into the secondary office building that'll be here. But if let me get rid of this glowstone for now. We'll go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can open this up too. That way that kind of opens up this lobby a little bit. Okay, so this is what I got. I think this will work. It just opens up this area a lot more. And once we put the panes in here, I think it would really look nice. And then we can add, I don't even know, do we need another floor? Let me go ahead and close this up. Oops, that's the wrong material. Do we need a secondary floor in here? Maybe just has this as a big open space. Okay, so there's the glass in. I went with white stained glass as it kind of fits the aesthetic in this room. I think this will work. I wonder if we put like glowstone there, and then continue this up just as like a support pillar. I think this will work. Let's see. Yeah, why not? I think I'll probably put, let's put a second one down here. Let's see, how far is that from the wall? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe right there. Leave a nice walkway. This can go all the way up as well. Actually, I want to put this glowstone higher. Okay, so I added 2 more pillars and put some lights on there, and I think that looks okay. I wonder if that'll look like with trap doors on it, just to add a little bit of decoration. But that's something that I can work on later. It's not really important to this right now. So I think this lobby area looks pretty good. Let's do this. I have an idea to help fill out this area more. We're gonna grab our glowstone. We're gonna break this. We can leave that there. That'll be fine. Then have this come in here like that way, and then I want to grab some colored glass. I'm thinking this, ooh, let's do light blue. And then if we come here and do this, it kind of gives it like a neon look. Doesn't look too bad. I wonder if we reset those. Let's recess those. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot better. That is good as far as the structure is concerned for at least the base right here. This is pretty much going to go away, but let's go ahead and work on the outside here to save some time. So we're going to come over here and we're going to make this pretty much all window. I do like this, like these like high windows on the ground. I think it kind of adds a lot of good design. And like, let's see, we'll come here, recess it back. I think this will kind of give it a new kind of design look. All of this can be just one wall. I'm not too concerned about that for right now. Not until we get to like, you know, the second floor, then we can add the windows back in. Because this is facing like inside, so it's not that important. And then we'll come here, bring this out as well. Actually, let's see here. Let's incorporate the gray wool for, yeah, because we kind of want to keep the same color palette as that. So we'll get rid of this. Add this. And I think that'll work. And then we can add, well, make this a single wall as well. Okay, and then we'll bring this up, connect it to there. And there we go, and kind of have this new design here. So now what we can do is utilize this gray wool and make the kind of similar design to that. So let's see how, if we could even do that, if there's enough here. In perfect, that's just what we need. Okay, so let me fill in this side of the wall and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like now. I kind of like that. It kind of gives it that kind of retro, like maybe this building was built like in the 80s type of feel. Does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense in my head. I'm gonna work on this side as well, but I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I want to keep these designs simple, not as intricate as that building, but it does kind of keep the same color scheme, and I think it will overall fit in with this block. So yeah, let me finish this side up and we can see what it looks like. Okay, and this is what we have so far. I think it looks all right. I'm gonna play around with this, maybe add some like how there's like stripes across that. Maybe add some stripes across it to kind of break up those lines. But all in all, I think this is a good addition to this building. I am gonna fill out the back here and then finish connecting on this side, but I'm not worried about this side. And then finish up the roof, and I think we'll be done with this building. Alright, so that does it for this episode. I've been recording for over an hour already, and to you it won't be that, hopefully. But yeah, so that does it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any ideas on what to add to the city, please let me know below. But anyways guys, my name is Jorvik. Thank you for visiting Cade City. See you next time.